Hello, my name is Kiersten Matika, and I want to show you an instructional video on how to use some advanced Excel formulas and functions and how they may come in handy while in the workplace. I know sometimes when I try to work on Excel on a different computer and I send my information from one computer to another and I send it through my email, work sometimes doesn't save the way it should. Say I have your name here, your address here, your city, state, and zip in the column. Sometimes it won't paste like that. If I paste it like this, it only shows up in the one here. And you can tell if it's only in the one or the other by making the font bigger, and you can see that it's only in column A. So based on that, I have a few formulas that can help you get rid of the asterisks on the end. You can remove the spaces without having to do each one individually if you have a big spreadsheet of people's names and addresses, and an easier way to get through your work as quickly as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is the trim function. And the trim function helps you to get rid of any spaces you may have in your work, which will save you a lot of time, so you don't have to go in and do them by yourself. So then you just click on the one you want to do, which the information's in cell A2. And you just type in the trim A2 and press enter. And see, it gets rid of that space that you had up here before. And then I'm going to copy and paste down here. And then the same thing for the other one. The space that was here, it filled it in right there for you neatly. Another formula that I have that can really help you is the replace formula. Say you don't want these asterisks up here and you have a ton of information, then you need to just get rid of them all at once. Because sometimes when you transfer work from one thing to another, they just add different kinds of symbols, numbers, and letters in there that you may not need. So one way you can do that is the replace function. So it'll be equal replace, and you're going to enter or write down what cell you're looking at. So in this case, it's going to be cell A5. And the start number we want to start, which would be 1. And the number of asterisks you have, which is 4, as you can see here. And what you want to replace the asterisks with is nothing. So when you just want to have a blank space there, you just put 2 quotation marks. Then you seal it off with your end quotation, or end parentheses, I'm sorry. And you press enter, and it gets rid of your asterisks for you. Then you can do the same thing here. You can copy and paste it, and it does the same thing for the next one down. A couple formulas that I never knew about that can really help you in the workplace is trying to get information a lot easier than having to go back and search through everything. And you can use the right function, the left function, or the mid function. In this case, I'm going to show you how to use the right function. When you use the right function, you're going to do equals right, and you're going to use the text that you want, which in this case will be A8. Click on this one here. And the number of characters you want, which in this case you're going to be going from the right side over. So if you count how many zip code numbers are in the zip code, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you type in that you have 5 characters. And you press enter, and it just copies your zip code for you. And then we can copy and paste that as well. And it gives me my next one down. If you were to use the left-hand function, we would do equal left. And again, we would go to A8 as your column in your text that you want to select. And sometimes names are 5 characters long, up to 10 characters long. It could be any kind of number long. So we're going to do a function within a function. And within this function, you're going to use the find function. So we're going to use find, and then we're going to find a blank space, which is the quotation, space, and quotations at the other end. And then we're going to close that off, and we're going to select the text that we want to use in here as well, which is, again, A8. And then close that off, and then we subtract 1, which in that case is my name. And then we can do the same thing, copy the formula down for the next person's name. So we're going to copy that, and then it changes to how many characters the opposite name is, her name is. The other thing we can do is find out how many characters are in a certain column. So if we use and up here I'm going to use the function where I can find out how many characters long each one is, which is the length formula. I'm going to select the text that I want to use, which is A2. I'm going to close that off. And it tells me that there are 71 characters in that particular column. It can change depending on, spaces. If you have less spaces, the number is going to change. So if I clicked here, I made this bigger and took out some spaces, the number is going to change. So I'm going to copy and paste this down to the next one, and this one has 67. And again, this one you can erase the asterisks up here, and then if you press enter, it changes for you automatically. This could be useful to you, and this is all I have to share. I hope this Excel tutorial was helpful to you, and you can one day apply it in the future. Thank you.